NarendraTheComic here. Today I actually had a thought. I know, crazy. Occasionally we all have them and very rarely I have them. And I had one today. So I was thinking about specifically football and coronavirus and how that affected sports. Well, it destroyed the world in a certain way. It destroyed world economies for at least a couple of quarters. It basically stuck everyone in their homes for a couple of months. And seemingly, Corona-chan is coming back, and maybe with a vengeance. Not something any of us want to hear, but it seems like it could be a distinct possibility that the world enters another lockdown, specifically certain countries who will enforce that. Some probably won't, but if you look through Europe, it's looking like there might be lockdowns. If you look at, well, America, I don't know if there will be a lockdown or not, but in Europe, there might be. And I think that will have an incredibly weird effect on sports. Not that it's the most important thing in the world, no, it's not. But it's something which I think helps people through this type of weird time, gives them a space, it gives them a community where they can just chat shit and all that type of nonsense. So I was thinking, after the Leyton Orient Spurs game got cancelled, what is actually going to happen to world football, European football, the Premier League, all the football leagues in the UK? What is going to happen if there is another lockdown? And I came up with the solution, guys. I'm not sure if it's going to get done, but I think it definitely is a big possibility. And if no one's thought of this, then guys, you should do this, because it seems like this could be the only way moving forward for the rest of this season. So, if there is another lockdown, give it 1 month's time, and they say you're locked down for 8 weeks. Well, the world is going to get screwed again, but specifically sports, where this is already cropping up because there are a lot of people in small spaces, people at training grounds, hundreds and hundreds of staff. And if more and more football league teams do end up having coronavirus positive tests, if some people get severely ill, then the Premier League will inevitably have to stop, because simply put, the government will literally say, we can't afford you to be spreading it like this. 1 case turns into 2 cases, turns into 4 cases, turns into 8 cases, and then it just extrapolates worse and worse and worse, and we could just be absolutely mucked up. So, I think if there is another lockdown, the Premier League should do a very simple change to the season, and that is have half a season. I think it's the only way to get some type of normality back to the season. And that's crazy considering the drastic measure which I'm saying to take. But realistically, if you look at it, the fixture congestion for a ton of clubs is just insane. When you get to the Champions League, when you have the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Europa League, the Premier League, it is a lot of games to be playing. When you look at the next 20 days of football for most teams, it's just packed. You're playing at least 2 games a week, at least, for most teams. Spurs are playing 3 times a week. I know I'm a Spurs fan, so I'm biased here by saying let's cut down the games. But I think it's definitely a possibility. You know, if the league is cut in half, we can go back maybe after the new year to having a regular-like season by having 19 games in the season and everyone just playing each other once. It could be done where somehow each team plays a home 9 times and away 10 times, or whatever way that is. 9 and 10 is the way it's going to go. And I think that might be a very good way to fix the season. So really the most simple option here, and the fairest, in my opinion, is to just say half a season. It will come to that. Like, I think they should enact this earlier than later, because if we do points per game, it gets into very tricky territory, because some teams have a horrible fixture lineup and some teams have a very easy fixture lineup for the first 3 quarters of a season. Some teams will play a bunch of weaker teams at the beginning of the season, and come the second half of the season, they're playing, you know, the big boys. Maybe in the last 5 or 6 games, they might have 4 giant games against the big 6, and that will completely change where they finish in the table. So I think points per game is a very odd way to set this up. I think a better option is to say there are 19 games. I know it will be looked at as a bit of a cop-out for the season. Maybe there won't actually be a winner this year, if that is the case, but at least that way we can get definite qualifiers and who gets in for Champions League, who gets in for Europa League. I think that all replays should be stopped. There shouldn't be any replays in the League Cup. In the FA Cup, I think Europa League and Champions League group stage matches should only be 1 game as well. You should only play each other once, not twice, so everything gets cut down. It's not as congested. It makes it easy on everything come the new year, because I'm telling you, boys, if there's another lockdown, well, the world is screwed. But football is going to have another bad year. Revenue-wise, clubs are going to go out of business, and I think it's better to just find a way to have these games in a sustainable way rather than just bunching them in and saying, we're playing 3 times a week if this doesn't get fixed, and there's another lockdown, and in January we're only on game week 10, and we still have 28 game weeks to play. I don't know what that situation will be come January or February. I'm just saying, I think this has to be a plan in there to say we're cutting the season in half. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. I think it can easily be implemented. And I think it's better to initiate something like this sooner than later. Because I'm telling you, there's going to be a stopping to all sports where there's more than like one person involved in the sport. I suppose you could say track and field and that type of stuff might be okay because it's one person in one event. But when you're playing in team sports where there's dozens of people involved, I don't think it's feasible. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think if we can get this sorted out before rather than after, at least everyone will know what's going on and what will happen come next year. No, I'm not an expert in this by any means. I don't know if this will happen. I don't know if it won't happen. What I do know is structure is better than entropy. So let's try and get some structure to this. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there if you didn't. And Corona-chan, we don't want it to get bad. We don't want it to get worse. But Corona-chan is out and about doing bits, and we don't want that. But just subscribe, and maybe you'll get 1% more. I'm not even going to say that, because that's actually false. That's not true. But, like, subscribe. Yes. Great. Wonderful. Anyway, I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been Gran. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it for over 2 years now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Be back again tomorrow with some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here. My guys, never ever not here. 2 years, still floundering about, still going on. And it's been a journey, it's been a process. I make anything. I make something out of anything. So you never know what to expect. But there's always something to expect. Ooh. 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 Genius. So I will indeed be here with some more bakwas tomorrow. That's nonsense in Punjabi, because I always lather this content in nonsense. I don't know if I'm going to do what I'm going to do on a particular day when I'm going to do it. I just thought, and I was like, I'll make the video on this. So you never know what the video is going to be. I don't even know what the video is going to be most of the time. And then it just pops out and it's like, oh, what a big turd. Wow. So yeah, if you like big turds, then I'm your guy. See you tomorrow, because I will indeed be here yet again. See you then. Skadoosh.